Okay, so I'm trying to do the same thing in Suwari Waza. I'm not going to do another different thing, okay? Your angles, because I'm not crossing as much terrain, all your angles are going to be shorter, okay? Maybe even sharper, smaller. Try not to do like these big things. See, it got soft, you see? And then this is something else, okay? And now I'm chasing him because I went too long on that angle. Do you understand? Okay, so I'm here, boom, technique done. I want you to free your mind. Stop traveling all over the mat, okay? Same thing here. I'm not moving way out here. I just need, go back. I just need that flanking angle to him, okay? That's all I'm looking for. Boom, done. Next thing though, it's got to be the same, okay? So a lot of you are here and you're pushing and he goes to lay down and you go for it. No, he has to come around me. He doesn't get to go where he wants to go. Not there. Okay? Make sense? And then I still have the timing issues. So his head has to keep moving the entire time, which has nothing to do with speed. Okay? All right, so the mic was muted on the following clip. This is what I was saying, okay? When we come around here, a lot of times the uke, especially the Federite ukes, they just want to lay down and then you take it. We don't want that, okay? I have to, from the new control point, make his center traverse the sagittal plane. So when I just do this, when I'm just in this shoulder joint, you could see his center doesn't really traverse the mat, okay? So when I'm here like this, I have to make him traverse the sagittal plane. No, not in the shoulder. I'm still working with that. He still has to come around me. I'll give you a metric to look at. When you're doing this other thing, his spine stays on the same vector it was before. When you're doing it right, his vector is going to change. Do you see? Okay. Was there another point I was making? That's pretty much it, but was there any other clues I gave?
You related it, Sensei. I think it was this vector.
Yeah.
To the wrist in the stand.
Okay, so what happens here is you do feel the yang aspect of his center, but that's what you want. You don't want to go around it and leave it there and you're just in the shoulder here, okay? It's very similar to when people feel, oh, can't move, and then you take away this, okay? Everything is moving. There's that vector change on his spine, okay? Don't go around yang aspect, internalize yang aspect, okay? That's what you're using to keep control of him from the limb. this part is very important. So I'll repeat what I was saying, okay? What I am doing is trying to get that center into the throw that we saw Andrew take on the last video, okay? So here's the shift and the difference, and now I start to blend with the energy that's going that way in the center, okay? The only way his center at speed of life is not going to be projected is he counters with the yin yield. Do you see that? When I feel what is the yin yield is I would be displacing through a higher yang value, do you see, on his body. And what I feel energetically in the counter is my yang value is hugely decreasing, like, okay? And when I feel that, I don't keep pushing on that same center. I don't keep doing that, okay? The second I feel, I'm already going for the elbow. Do you get it? And each uke is different. What I tend to do with you is I will project your center enough to stimulate your own intuitive hyper yin yield, okay? And then as soon as I feel the yang value, the yang equation changing value, like as soon, do you see? Like, let's say it was at 10, you were at 6, I'm going to displace you. As soon as I feel mine go to 9.9, I'm done on that. I'm not going there anymore. The elbow's open. That's the only way that happened. Okay? That's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to throw him. What you guys are doing is you either go too far, and now the elbow's not there to catch. Okay? You missed the window of opportunity. Or the worst mistake is that you never project his center and you're up in his shoulder trying to get his body into that tilt, okay? And what the point I'm making is that only works because he is choreographing the maintenance of his grip, okay? So for example, I'll be the uke.
Hi.
And let's demonstrate it's in my shoulder.
Hi.
Do you see? Okay? If you pay attention, we'll watch it again, and you're going to watch my spine. Upright, upright, and now it starts to go. He goes upright. I felt his yang. Well, why don't I just let go? Do you understand? On the other one, boom, that's there, okay? He did the spinal displacement, and I attacked on the spinal displacement. Do you see? And once the energy's going that way, I keep, the inertia brings here, and boom, I'm doing that, okay? So we're like here, let's say, okay? And you're going to let go when I do the projection. Do you understand?
Hi.
Good. But you still saw it, okay? Good. Good. Okay? So now we go in motion. Not so good anymore. Do you get it? Why would you say, just intuitively, what happened? Why did it work after a few reps? Why did it work when I'm there, and why did it not work this last rep?
Because it's static energy and you're just sitting there, and it's easy
Yeah, do you guys got it? So basically the reactionary window is way too freaking small, okay? I might not get Ikkyo, I might not get a full throw, but you're definitely not going to be standing there looking at me as if I was in the shoulder. Do you understand? And I would say I still did that pretty slow, right, on the throw part. It just was continuous as it was going, okay? So he could let go, and he did, but it wasn't enough to stop the projection. Do you get it? In the other one, he was upright the whole time until I got into the shoulder and then pushed his head. Well, what if he lets go in all that until? That you just have a guy that's standing there, okay? Does that make sense? So, careful. You should be in this technique. The way to do it as a nage is that you feel that. Do you get it? You don't try to do Ikkyo. Got it? You're like, I'm trying to get his arm so I can get his elbow. You don't try to do that. You feel the energy, you'll feel the leakage, and the elbow will be there. So instead of training, as I say, architecturally, like an architect drew these blueprints on a piece of paper, you're training not in that kind of intellectual capacity, but you're training in terms of feeling the energy and experiencing the energy, okay? And you have to be careful when, I know you didn't push that center because it didn't ever traverse the mat, and you're just in the shoulder, and you're unaware that he's only holding on because of culture and not because he has no time to not to, and the best thing to do is to try to just do that. Okay? Got it? So pay attention.